I've heard, so uh, as I study or I heard from some Kuba Ajahn or teacher and in some commentary for awareness, mindfulness and awareness, the sampachanya, describe or explain in I think in a general or in the beginning state of concentration. But once you go higher, if you check, so they change the word. They don't say sampachanya or awareness, but use a consciousness and fully consciousness or a concentration. In some commentary or explanation, the so-called fully consciousness. Aware, so we aware outside, right? And I said the mindfulness that we look, we observe inside, but aware that we observe the surrounding. But when you are get very, very concentration, high concentration, so all that you just come to look within. And then awareness cannot work because you not feel, you not cannot see. Even you observe the surrounding. But this with intention, because mostly your attentiveness is inside and concentration.
Yes.
And so then they use concentration in this state is fully consciousness, conscious to know. But mostly we know inside, right? Or we know about the phenomena. Okay, นะคะอาจารย์หลวงพ่อสุเมโธ the Western, the great disciple of Ajahn Chai for his tradition. Now when he gave a talk, announced today maybe from the past 5 years, he always talk about intuitive awareness. It means is a deeper profile than awareness. Sampachanya. In this case, is fully consciousness. You know, because it all we read the language that uses translated from the text, right? The original language. And so then, and the most important thing, Pali, the Pali language, is died down already. It's the dead language. Nobody use in this world nowadays. So the way to translation in Pali, I mean, are not used in university or as academic, but not for daily life, right? Then the way that explains, so it's much different. But if we understand the core content, so we can connect it or link it in some kind of explanation. I think that we have more people. So then may I invite the Pante to lead to do the leader of pay respect or pay homage to the Triple James, and then we start. โอเคค่ะนิมนต์ค่ะ
Okay, let's prepare A la hán samma sambuddho bhagava Buddham bhagavandam abhivade Sawakhato bhagavata dhammo dhammam Supadipanno bhagavato sawaka sangho saganamami Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa
Good morning. May I pay respect to all venerables, and may I say good morning to brother and sister in Dhamma, and may I say good morning or pay respect to Dr. Maechee Benjawan Wongshookeaw to be the lecturer of the last class of the subject of Ānāpānasati Bhāvanā. If you have any questions before have lunch, you can ask questions, or before we end the class, you can ask questions to the lecturer. And please always turn on your camera while you are studying. Now, time to start the lecture. Please welcome Ajahn to be here.
ขอบคุณค่ะขอบคุณ Okay. First of
Venerable
all,
Joshin, I set you to be the co-host. You can record the video and just send the link for me, and I will send to everyone later. And sister, me too. Are you here? Can you share the screen for me today? คุณแม่ใช้สไลด์เดิมไหมคะ
เดิมค่ะเดิม
อ๋อค่ะ Okay, the same from yesterday. Thank you so much.
So I really appreciate it for your kind assistance. Thank you for the one who runs slide. That I said I'm quite a low tech. So every time I come to the class, online class, I need some assistance or some helping hand. This is the sixth batch already that I come to teach in this subject. So first of all, yesterday we discussed about the due date of homework, right? So in my point of view, so from my side, I don't have time or a quite limit time within the next days, because when finish this class, so tomorrow I conduct the 10-day meditation retreat here in Sunmo. So then I will be available again after 11. So the due date for 7 days that I discussed yesterday, because even you send me, but I don't have time just to check and to look at your paper. Then I will come to check your paper, your assistant, maybe 11 or 12. So I hope that I can have your assignment on my hand in 11 or 12. It's okay. We have 3 more days, more happy and more true. So yesterday talk about I almost complete my application or my work on the screen, but I would like to add up something. So I would like to so I apologize that sometimes my talk and the slide is not matched, because in my way, my style of teaching, I'm not have the same script. And if something that quite related, I just come up to to my consciousness, and I think that need just to be it need to explain or to add up, so then I do it. Okay, please be patient with me. And one more thing, so I appreciate that you try to understand my English, right? It's a story. It's quite a very funny story, because I noticed that for non-native speakers, when start talking, when start conversation, they always say that, sorry for my English, or apologize for my English. And then for me, for myself, I said, I never ever say that sorry for my English or apologize for my English, because I think why I have to be sorry, because I'm not born as a native speaker, right? I'm not sorry that I cannot speak the accurate accents with the owner of the language. But what I can say that be patient with my English. But if you understand what I'm trying just to send you, the message that I try to send you, that's fine. And as long as we have some kind of communication or interconnection, fine. But in case if it's a problem from it's your problem that you don't understand whatever I say, so then it's not my problem. So, I'm just joking, okay? So because so quite often the native speaker always say that and try to correct some not always, but I think less people, because most they are welcome. They are quite I can be accept and be try to understand, use the heart or reasoning. But of course, there's someone less people try to correct and my accent or this stuff, saying something like this or that. So I said, I'm sorry. Oh no. I said I cannot say that. I'm sorry or apologize. I do what I can do. Cannot be better. So then what I'm going to say. Oh, could you please turn back to slide number 5? Okay, we're going to add up. Could you? Yes. Yeah. Yes, it's about outlet. We talk about the outlet of the antidote of hindrances or nirvana in the sense of the power of absorption to let out or to discuss all nirvana by its own by its own power. Don't use no need to use the external force aids to help. We use the power or the qualification of the factors of the first jhana that we learned yesterday. But according to Patisampithamma, in a higher level of training or study, there are 3 more nivarana or 3 more hindrances, and this is for the intensive or the advanced practice, especially in the Achana practice. So I just add up if someone be interested in or would like just to be like the knowledge. So according to Patisampithamma, there are 3 more hindrances that can be coped with or that can be just discard or letting out by the power of jhana or the consequence of absorption of jhana. Number 6, avijja, ignorance. And so ignorance in this case, it means not know or not understand about the nature. Ignorance. So the outlet by vijja or knowledge or jhana. So there's 2 wording, jhana and jhana. Jhana is absorption. We use in the area of scope of concentration, samatha, bhavana. But jhana that we can attain this knowledge for vipassana. So if one practice both samatha and vipassana, then you gain jhana and jhana. And so the jhana or knowledge the knowledge that understand, knowing about the nature. So we antidote of avijja, ignorance. From avijja, A-V-I-J-A. So cut off A, no more A. So then avijja become a vijja, the knowledge. And number 7, boredom. B-O-R-E-D-O-M, boredom. Or arati, boredom. And so an antidote is or outlet by gladness. Pamodha or pamusha. In gladness, we gain from the step in chapter 3. Remember in Ānāpānasati, gladdening the mind. Apipamodhaya. And with this quality of the mind, the gladdening the mind of gladness, so can kill away or be antidote of boredom. In one retreat, in my own retreat, there's someone asked me that if just keep follow the process, right? All do process the process of meditation again and again is the same thing. For example, follow in and out in breath, observe the breath. So it seems to feel boring. It's boring, right? The boredom. Have not anything that's more exciting, or it seems cannot gain anything, just only do the same thing all the time. So I said, you're boring because you have expect something. If you don't have any expectation, if you don't want to get anything in particular, don't feel boring. That's why in meditation practice, always be warned that don't practice with expectation or have some appointment. Because when you have some appointment, I get this, but one you cannot get one, you just point it or want it, looking for it, then you become disappointed. And from disappointed, it can elaborate or can expand, can extend to be like the boredom. But if you understand that this is happened during the process, cannot do anything, don't expect anything, just keep following the rules, the method, the technique step by step. And then until you can manage, arrange the mind stage in Ānāpānasati, gladdening mind. So then this kind, the quality of the mind is can kill with the boredom. And it can be changed in the high level of excitement. Oh, I know it, I found it. And after that, this kind of rapture will be fading away. So number 7, boredom, outlet by gladness. Pamodha or pamusha. And number 8, the last one of the hindrances, akusaladhamma, unprofitable ideas. The Dhamma is ideas of phenomena. So unprofitable. In this case, it's not as strong as ill will, aversion, or some kind of negative thought, thinking, or feeling. It's in the sense of very mind state. The thing that the phenomena that happen in the mind, even is not be obstruct or it be your obstacle, but it somehow It not allow you to go further, in the high state. It's not allow your mind is totally pure, unprofitable ideas. Mostly this come from self-will, right? The self-will, the self-perception. And so the antidote is quite easy, but most difficult just to do or handle. The antidote is profitable ideas. So then we have just to come back to check our mind state or our mind phenomena quite often or from time to time with full consciousness to know that in which of the moment there's some kind of unprofitable or unbeneficial thought or idea, the point of views arise. Maybe in the sense of competitiveness, discrimination, challenging, or kind of bias has come up. So then then at the moment we can catch up on time and then change it, replace it with profitable idea, kusala karma. So in meditation practice, not only we practice on the main method or main technique, but we better to have some other additional technique to support, to work together, to practice together. For example, metta bhavana, loving kindness, meditation, contemplation of the death, Ānāpānasati, and some we have many different techniques to put to support the main meditation practice, to support the main concentration and insight wisdom practice. We have many kind of reflection. For example, for monastic, before we have the meal, we do reflection, wise reflection, or we have a reflection with the four requisites: food, shelter, clothes, and medicine or remedy, to remind us to bring back to the simple living. And so the same as the kusala karma, profitable ideas or thought. That what we gain, we learn from the knowledge and from our experience after where we practice, and then we know that we think or with idea that can uplift our mind state and have accumulate a good quality in our mind and make our mind in a high level, high level state, or in the sense of a brightness, gladness, attentiveness, activeness. So that three more hindrances can be like the refine obstacle or defilement. It may not be a serious thing to block your practice, but this can be like the thorn, the spice on the path. That one you step on this and can make you feel uncomfortable, or can make you delay on your speed of going. So again, number 6, avijja, ignorance, antidote by vichya or jhana, knowledge. Arati, boredom, so antidote by gladness, pamoksha. Gladness is not in the sense of worldly gladness, but gladness within like a in the sense of a spiritual practice. And akusala tham, unprofitable ideas. So antidote is profitable ideas. And the support, the support power, use the 5 pala phrase, sattha, viriya, energy, effort, sati, samadhi, panya. Okay, please come back to the slide of the kanda, 5 kanda. 5 kanda, yes, the 5 aggregate. So yesterday I talked about the meditation is about life. And what is a life? The life is panchakanta, the 5 aggregates. And so many people understand that according to the Four Noble Truths, or the cause of suffering or cause of dukkha, many people understand that khanda, panchakanda, is cause of suffering. But actually, panchakanda is just a kind of aggregates, the group of composition that exist, arise, and do the function in natural way. Cannot be interfere with. Let each kanta do the function, do the duty. But once panchakanta becomes the panchupatthana kanta, pancha 5, upathan, attachment, cling. One, the self, ignorant self, don't know about the truth, don't know about the law of nature, start to cling to, attach to each of kanta, or attached to the body and mind. And then panchakanta is transformed or changed to be panchupatthana kanta. And that is cause of suffering. One of my students, after she heard about what I taught, she started to cry. She's crying, and she said, "Oh, I know that the big problem is me. I is a cause of suffering. The kanta is cause of suffering." I said, "No, kanta is not the cause of suffering, but it's become the cause of suffering because the way that you attach it, cling to it, take it in personal self, so that is a cause of suffering." Because in one chanting it said, the 5 aggregates is heavy load. Parahave panchakanta. But in this case, not only panchakanta is para or is burden, but with understanding parahave panchakanta in bracket, the kanta with attachment, with upatthana, that is burden. The same as that when you carry the things, the backpack or something that you carry, because it's your belonging. Even they have the weight, right? They're heavy. But because you know that you can make a benefit from the thing inside, from what you carry. So then you don't let that this thing that you are carrying is a burden or is heavy load. And you know that whenever you don't use what the stuff is in the bag, you can put it down. Let it go for a while until you have to do the next function, the next duty, or you wanted to make use of the stuff that you have. You just bring it, carry it. Then we learn just to attach and detach. We learn just to put it down, let it go. And so in this case, our kanta is no more be a pala or the heavy load or the burdens. That's from chanting when we have a chanting session. And with this is a pala have panchakanta. And so someone misunderstanding and they know what is the kanta and they say, oh, kanta aggregate is a heavy load. It's cause a problem. I said, no, only kanta, merely kanta. It's just only the stuff, the things that you have at the moment. And you can make benefit what the thing that you carry without any problem. Not regard as a burden. But once you put your idea, your perception that this is mine. This is my stuff, this is my thing. So when you said me or mine, and this can start up a discrimination. When there is I, so there is another I. You, he, she, something else. So there's a side. Take in two sides. One side, me, belonging to me, is mine. And if this is mine, so then it should not be some others, because it's already been mine. Discrimination. And can create some kind of a comparable competitiveness. Because this is mine, so then this stuff should be better than other mine or some other attached. And so this become of a cause of suffering. Actually, can explain more in the Four Noble Truth, but it's out of my assignment, out of the scope of the Four Noble Truth. But when you understand about the five active grace, and then you know how to do the function in good way, in profitable way, so then kanta is not your burden. But not in the way that when this is not mine, so then you just ignore it. You don't pay attention. You don't do anything because these are not mine. But anyway, we have still a duty, responsibility for the thing that we borrow. Body and mind, the five aggregates. In terms of a good maintenance, in terms of protection, try to sustain it in the good condition or the better condition to the maintenance. This is the way that we show the respectful or we show gratitude to the ones that we borrow, that which is the nature. So then when the times come, when the times up, the same as that you borrow a very good book, precious book from a library. Actually, it's not your book, but one that you get in your hand. You borrow from library, and there's a due date or expiry date. But during the validity, we may regard that or think that this is mine. This is in my hand. So then we make use what that we have in our hand. And so when expiry date comes, in the time that you have to return the book to the shelf, You return the things that all elements, the aggregates that you borrow from the mother nature. So then we should do it in better way. Take care what we have and send it back in the good condition or better condition for the next ones come to make use of. So this is our responsibility in the case that we born in this world. When we born, we have nothing. Some may say, no, we come with some kind of start with the Vijnana or consciousness. Anyway, alone, consciousness alone cannot make you exist in this world. You have just to put some like the shell, the cover, have some group, the platform to connect or to do function in the world, connect with the nature. Then come to the five aggregates. Actually, aggregates, according to the explanation and the commentary in Buddhist aspect, there are more or less than 5 groups of 5 combination of 5 aggregates. But generally, in terms of teaching or explanation, we talk about the 5 aggregates. Because the scope of explanation is a knowledge for human beings. And human beings as a human of mankind, there are 5 aggregates to form a one human being. But in this universe or in this world, there are some other beings, the living beings, the beings that stay in this world or in this universe together with human beings. So according to explanation from the text, not only not only Panchakhandha, the 5 aggregates, they also have some other being in some other realms, REALMs, other realms or other dimensions. They have all 4 aggregates. And as well have only one aggregate. The 5 aggregates that now be understood for human beings are the one that have body and mind, have an invisible or have the shell of the body, and with the mental aspect or mental aggregate inside. So what kind of beings with the 4 aggregates? And in this group of beings, the first aggregate, the outer aggregate, Rupa, have no more Rupa. Can say disappear or invisible. Just only mental aggregates, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. And this is another the beings in other limbs without Rupa or a transparent body, invisible body, but just only function by mental aggregates. And which kind of the beings in the one aggregate? And now in this term of one aggregate, only Vijnana, consciousness that exists. And I stop for this because it's too complicated. But just in case that you find in some text or some book talk about some other aggregates, khandha, the 5 khandhas, 4 khandhas, the merely one khandhas. We understood that they talk about some other living beings in this realm. But for many worldly people, when talk about the kanta, the thing that they can see, they can perceive, if they have no some other entities, they think about the ghost, right? The ghost or the spiritual or this and that. This is come from the not knowing. I know don't have a right knowledge from the worldly perception, but it's okay. We don't argue with. No need to do argue with to correct because it's pachatan. But it's better the best way that we try to find to get the right knowledge to maintain our kanta. Now in this dream, in this life, as a human beings, as a human, we have 5 activities. So then we have to take care each activity for the most compatible, for the most effective way. Because our responsibility is just to do something good or virtue or benefit for all other beings and for the world. And so when for the Buddhist tradition, mostly when we finish practice or during our practice, or in the case that we doing something, we do a merit or we do the good things, we conduct the good karma, and so it's our tradition to share our good result of the good karma, not only to sell to this one who doing, but for some others, sharing, anumodana, or sending. So then in the pattern of deciding or the pattern of anumodana or sharing. So not only share the goodness or the virtue to the human being in this life, but we can extend our merit, our loving kindness and compassion and gratitude to other beings, to all beings in another lives as well. Because every beings in any kind of activities in different limbs, just wandering in different limbs along with the endless work, the endless wheel or the samsara, until that have power enough, have wisdom enough, insight, wisdom enough, we can cut through the wheel of samsara, go above the wheel, and no more condition, no more samsara, and that time beyond any kind of condition or beyond the other activities. So this I think about the kanta, and you can bring something to add in your essay or anything, or just for knowing. But anyway, please understand that what I talk to you, what I'm teaching to you all. So based on my knowledge, my experience, and what I learned from my tradition in Theravada tradition, And even Theravada, there are different some kind. It's not quite the same. It's sometimes different in some point among the Theravada school. So if you understand this, so then it should not have no some kind of argument or some kind of comparable point of. But you can bring something to mix and match with your own what you learn from your tradition, from your way of training or teaching. Myself, I was born in this path. That doesn't mean I'm born in this world with 65 years ago. I said I'm born in this path, some kind of spiritual path, the Eightfold Path. I start with Suan Mok here, center, Ajahn Pathakasa. And then I have the other teachers or master in Polish tradition, Ajahn Chah. And I spent some period to gain more experience to live or stay within the Western Theravada tradition community. And so I learned about the conceptual view of the West, that but the Western people, the modern people, the well-educated people, in the way that they try to preserve the authentic or the old tradition. At the same time, they adapt or they adjust some tradition or some ritual or some kind of explanation to fit or to compatible or to match with the way of living, of modern living. But not only in this tradition, I have opened enough to learn, to understand in some other way of training or teaching. Because as I said, it's just only at the level, at the badge that attached, just to show. But it's only attached to our clothes, to or our our appearance for a while, temporarily. Don't fix and until it's become attached, strong attached, cling to attach, and this is the cause of a discrimination, the cause of a conflict and problem. But anyway, doesn't mean that we do in the case of the flexible, so easy in all kind of the way. Actually, this kind of you just only floating without a certain direction. So we should stand firm in with our own point of view, in a certain standard that we undertake or we undergo. But we allow the space, we have more space to welcome, to receive, to connect, to understand with others a point of view or with others standard. And then we just bring back to our own standard of our own stance or our own point. And this should be understood for the one who do the job as disseminating, or to do what the name propaganda, or just to give the teaching or give the knowledge from our tradition to others. Otherwise, this is not all. It cannot be get some kind of the progress. Just only create more discrimination. This is my point of view. So then I think that you understand. And so, any question or anything that you want to share? May I go back to the slide number 8? Chapter 4, the mind phenomena, Ānāpānasati. Step 13 to step 16, page 8, from slide number 8 ค่ะได้ไหมคะโอเคค่ะ So from slide number 8, contemplating the mind phenomena, Ānāpānasati. My purpose is just want to repeat it because you learned from yesterday, and I'm quite sure that you have understand about this, because as Buddhist follower or Buddhist academic or scholar, this is quite the main issue that we have to learn, have to understand first. We talk about the law of nature, the three characteristics, and how just to make our condition to fit for the law of nature or the three characteristics. And so step 13, right? After we train a lot, we practice a lot in samatha area, and we gain some concentration. And some can achieve or can attain a high level of concentration or absorption. And then they can arrange or compose the concentration in fully consciousness in a way that can discard all kind of obstacles. And you feel more delight. In my state, it's more bright, more delight, and it seems that your sense organ is very more sharp, more active, high sensitivity, very sharp, very sensitive. So be careful in this if you come to this stage, because of the quality of the mind. Very acute, very sharp, very sensitive, very powerful. And with the nature of being. So then this kind of what that we gain, that we express outside. It seems like we have a special antenna, right? Like the radar. And we can sense with some others because they're very sensitive. When we approach or when we come to near to something, with some being or with someone, or in some situation, some kind of phenomena or some issue, because the way that we react or respond is quite very quick, very sharp. Be careful. Please be careful. Because it make you too much. You use your energy too much in waste way. You start to be concerned to others, and if you're not aware, then create some kind of conceit, mana. Want to correct, want to make it in the right way, this and that. As long as you can attain the fully attainment of fully liberation, anyway, you still cling with some kind of the self-will, the self. So better to practice more upekkha, equanimity, or to know how to build or create a screen to screen whatever that comes toward you by each sense contact. Otherwise, we follow that we do this and that and so tired. One of my students, she's with. Anyway, she had some gift called the gift because someone get this special power of concentration, or some with the practice against what we call psychic power already. But if they don't practice in upekkha or equanimity, cannot let go, cannot endure it, then this quite be maybe the obstacle, because we run after the reaction or responding. And this woman said that because of the kind of the high, like a radar, until it seemed that when he come nearby someone, or in some time she can know about the thought of thinking from some others, and makes it more suffering. Because once she learned that when just she can touch or we can sense something, and then she bring back and to be her own issue. Then she have some kind of the reaction, the bias, or something in the follow what the action that's said to her, that or the issue that comes to us. This make her have keeping traveling, moving, change condition, change environment all the time. Cannot bear with, cannot stay with. Even she got a good gift. Instead that she can make use, instead that she make use of what we have, or just know it, realize it, but don't get involved, because this is not the purpose, the main purpose for practicing, the main purpose of believing in this world. So what I told her that practice more upekkha, equanimity, interested tree, remember, concentrating the mind, fully consciousness, just knowing, realizing, don't take action too much. Or sometimes that you may have experienced, it seems that something going to happen, or we think of something and then not too long, coincidentally, it seems that it happened to us. It seems that the same thing, or almost the same things, or the same the same situation that happened. But if you cannot let go, if you cannot be upekkha with this, so then this just create more self-attachment. And in this sense, you may not attach with the self, the five aggregates, but you start to attach with the self-will, the self-knowledge, and make you feel so overcrowded. The conceit, and conceit, remember, is the higher at the level of the masters. This can happen to anyone, and so it's not wrong to. It's quite the wrong. It's not a mistake from meditators, but it's the thing that we should know. We should realize and so we can protect it or prevent it on time, or we can find some other aspect of practice to antidote with. And then form the fitable, compatible mind from samatha. We use the we use the power of the concentration to contemplate, to look through the nature phenomena, or even our mind phenomena, to break through the thing that coded, the thing that conceal the truth, the heart of the truth, until the truth is revealed by its own echo. And in this step 3, so actually if we can do in 2 times. We just allow the process is just arise or exit on its own. Practice, and then in one day you come to the turning point. You see all anicca, but it takes time. Maybe it's a long life training. Then there's a method of training. Train. He trains sikkati, contemplating impermanence. With the knowledge back up, we learn from we have a knowledge about the law of the nature, the 3 characteristics, the characters of the nature: impermanent, anicca, dukkha, hard to endure, have to bear with, and anatta. Not have self to cling on, to attach, to take it personally. I shall be contemplating impermanence. Or you just raise up your breath as an object to contemplate with. And now in this case, the breath is not do the function in the case of to calm down, but in the case of to learn about the natures of flowing. Because the object we use, the breath, is a flowing object. It has a nature of impermanence already. The flowing like in breath, in and out, in and out. So it's not too difficult to bring it to contemplate in this step. Anicca, impermanent. Even our breath is not permanent. Keep flowing. And in each flowing, in each circle of an object in and out, it's still impermanent, because sometimes the circle is short, in and out is short. And the other time, another moment, your breath is longer, the circle is long, so duration is impermanent. It's not in the fixed way that when you breathe in, you count 15 number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the out is 15. Even the same circle, the same round, in and out breath is not the same. You may try by the counting the number when you're breathing in and breathing out. In some cases, when you're breathing in, you have some the number is 15, and breathing out is more longer. Something like that. Impermanent in everything. Start from the little thing, the thing that stay with you, the one that you were born in this world. Your body is changing, impermanent. Your mood impermanent, your feeling is impermanent. Everything is impermanent. That's because of the condition. And so we learn impermanent. Once we understand that everything is just like a flux of moving. So why we have to be to hold onto or to fix with the thing that keep moving? Because the nature of hard to stay with, bear with, and do with the same form, the same phenomena. And something is almost the same, but it's not the same. Actually the same. So in training is mean first of all, we have to think in this way, intentionally things bring up to contemplate. Not just allow to sit to practice and let the process is going. You can have anicca, but we can get anicca, we can understand anicca in shorter time is not too long until and understand, because we know about our condition. The body is impermanent. The body is changing, it's fragile. We don't know that how long of the time that allow us to maintain the breath, to maintain the body and mind. Don't know. Cannot know, cannot focus, cannot plan with. Some have only the future is quite short. One day future or the next moment. No one knows. 10 years from now, 20, 30, don't know. So then everything keeps changing and we cannot stop flowing. There's a time and tide. Tide is the stream of a river. Never ever be stopped. But then we cannot cease. We cannot cease or to make the time and tide stop. And with this, instead that we feel disappointed, we feel sad. But from practicing, from understanding, this gives us some encouragement, give us to some kind of the viriya, the effort to finish, to complete the thing in the present. No more procrastination. Cannot say that so later on. That's the way that we always like to say. Not now, not yet. Later on. A procrastination, delay. But we don't know that when we said later on, and that time will come to us or not. And it's based on state mindfulness, self experience in the present moment. And from step 13, then come to step 14, with fully understanding. We know and we don't argue with. In the case of we surrender with the law of nature, because we know that we have not power to change it, make change. Cannot change the world, cannot change the nature. Just only try to conform to compromise with understanding. And if we have more contemplate, more reflect, or just more practice, then this creates a sense of we slowly detach. Starts from that we cling something tightly, very tight. It's mine. We cling it, we hold onto it because we are afraid that we lost this. We are afraid that someone that will take away from us. Because we're afraid that if we lost something that we carry with, or we can take refuge with. So it seems that this can create a sense of get lost, don't know how to get, how to do, feel in the sense of insecure, no more secure, no security. Or in the stronger level is be afraid that this life is no more exist. no existence, disappear. That's why from this kind of instinctual understanding of perception, we try to grab, to cling, to attach, to hold onto the things all the time. Because we're afraid that once that we put no more the things in the hand, so then it seems, don't know, because it's empty, sense of emptiness, empty with ignorance, empty with not knowing. But if we understand that it's good that we have the empty hand, so then we have space, more space, the fully space to carry some other things, to hold some other things that can make more benefit to us. Even you don't carry anything, body and mind still exist because your time is not up yet. And we don't know why. What we do right now, we try just to tossing that push at all the burden, the thing that you carry tight. Put it down, and then you have free hand. And with understand, with knowledge, with the power you have, with intention, cetana, with intention, with purpose, with good intention, then you can use your empty hand, not occupying with something, the mind or the hand, to do benefit, to help, not only for this self, but for others. So with this case, we just fading away. The fading away, detach from the thing that attached. And some teachers said they don't like to use the word of detach. But anyway, for me, so I said detach because it gives more. For me, it's clear perspective. Attach and detach. It's up to you that any wording, because it's just a wording, only wording. So step 14. Anyway, step 14, fading away. Viraka. But in fading, of course, we still have some wanting, have some design, but we can change the desire in the good way, in the wise way, and the wholesome desire or advantage desire we call chanta. Chanta, not tanha. But tanha is the cause of problems. But if we change a wanting or design in a good way, in profitable way, from tanha turn to be chanta, willingness. Willingness. In the another aspects of wanting, right? Willing to do this, do that. But with right understanding, with right will. Why? What the purpose that you want to do this? You're willing to do this, do that. Have a certain purpose in a good way. So then there are no more problems. The way that we use our power, our wisdom in a wholesome way, and try to control, try to arrange and not change to come close to the self, and from Shankar become Tanha, and this create the problems of suffering. And from fading away, still have some desire, and some willing to do good, right? Willing to do good, have the objective to do this, do that. And for me, I still have Shanta, willing to give teaching. Is willing just to have some kind of to be friends of all beings, to be kind for all beings, willing to do, and this creates some of determination or the energy, the good energy, but with understanding. And so from viraka, letting away, and come to the next step, step 15. Nirodha, cease the cessation. The cessation in case of the cease of attachment, the cease of the wrong desire. And now in this case, even though that you decide or not decide, you are willing or not willing, it's no more problems at all. In this step, you just do whatever that should be done in the moment. Just do the function, do the duty. No more to be in the what kind of have a rational thinking, how to make a benefit and this benefit. What the outcome, what the result benefit that I will attain if I do this, do that, even in the good ways. In this step, without asking, without checking, but you get ready. You get ready to do the function, to do the duty. Ceasing your own willingness. Just do it. Do the function the same as the noble one. Just do it. And so the last step, 16th step, relinquishment. Relinquishment is not the training process, but is the outcome or is consequence. The result from practicing, from training. And in this stage, the one who practice is fully understanding, have fully power, have fully wisdom, or even not fully partial, because it takes quite 1,000 round of practice to do it again and again. But in this case, in Pativeda, in certain of Pativeda, or the result of tossing back, relinquish, give away. Once that you finish, you do the duty, you relinquish, you give away, you tossing back. In this case, don't expect for the result, the outcome, because make sure that what we do is on the right way, right. We have the right cause, the right condition, and of course, we will gain the right result. The same that when you start to plant a tree, for example, a mango tree, if you put the mango seed in the ground and you put your effort to take care, to maintain, and from the mango seed is grow up, but it takes time, right? And it needs a good condition to grow up. Not just you put the mango seed under the ground and you leave it, you ignore it, and then you come back, you expect that your mango seed will go up as a tree. Cannot, because it depends on condition. Everything is under the condition. So but as we ourselves, we can arrange the good condition or ill condition. It's up to our willingness, up to our intention. And with the good choice of the external, the outer condition, and then the tree grow up from the mango seed without expectation or not expectation. If without asking, when the proper condition comes, the tree get ready to give the fruits, and the fruits always cannot be some other, just only the mango fruit, because it's come from the mango seed. The same as our karma. And in this step 16, so what we understanding, so relinquish, it means that's okay. What we just done already. With the condition that we have, with the limitation that we have, with the support, with the power, with the energy that we have, and then we let go of the outcome. We don't let go during the process. We just make it happen. Be in the good result according to the good action, the good intent. But in case if something happened, the result happened in otherwise. It's not the way that we plan, that we did. We have a chanta that we determine that it should be like this. That because of condition that we cannot do anything. Okay, relinquish. That's fine. That's good enough. Equanimity. And so this complete the 16th step. And the way of I explain, because I think more than half of students experience in Satipatthana. I'm not actually I'm not keen, or I'm not know exactly about the way of explaining Satipatthana, but I'm sure that you can bring something and to mix and match it with your own what you learn, and in the way that to go together, to support together, not in the way that to make it more confused. Now, because today is last day, I think that after you got some a lot of knowledge, then have more practice. 5 minutes or 10-minute break and come back to sit together. Okay, in the morning, sitting morning session for 30 minutes, and with the bell 11 o'clock. So then, the morning class is finished, and see you again in 1 o'clock. Okay, Mecca. Have any question? If no questions, or that you can be patient until the afternoon session and after question. Okay, Naka. So thank you. Take a 5 minute break and come back to sit. So we end our the morning session, and then see you in 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, thank you for joining.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Yeah.
See you later.